Kia ora, hello, and welcome to Anyway, the podcast where I unpack the chaos of reality TV. I am your host, Natalie McMurray, coming to you from Aotearoa, New Zealand. Today we're discussing one woman's quest to believe anything but the truth. Let's dive into the Real Housewives of Rhode Island, episode 11. Joellen is getting back in her car. She has road rage as a result of her sit-down that went awry with Liz. She's all, "Are you going to let me out, dickhead?" And I get it. I'm prone to road rage on a regular day, let alone a day that you're arguing with your friend. She calls Alicia to let her know that it didn't go great. Liz called Joellen delusional, fake, disingenuous, disloyal, an awful human being, and the fucking devil. Wowie wow, Liz. She's just out here burning bridges. Alicia wants Joellen to know that she did nothing wrong. To me, that's not exactly the case. I think sticking up for Alicia was the right thing to do. But Joellen did get in Liz's face, and she kept pushing the issue after Liz warned her to back off. Don't poke the bear, Joellen. Over at Rulla's practice, she arrives to bring him some goodies and also get her gimpy toe checked out. Apparently, she hit her toenail on the vanity, and it was like, see ya. I can relate to Rulla in this moment because when I was on vacation in Fiji about 4 years ago, I somehow managed to kick my own toenail off by, get this, kicking the heel of my other foot. Not even a fucking vanity. My own body. Luckily for Rulla, her husband is a podiatrist. He gave her Novocaine and removed her nail because I guess it was still hanging on for dear life. Unlucky for me, my husband works in IT. So there was little to no help from his end. In fact, if I remember correctly, I believe his response was, "What am I supposed to do about it?" Of course, there really is nothing you can do when you've accidentally kicked off your own toenail, except perhaps superglue it back on and pretend like nothing happened. But a little sympathy wouldn't have gone astray. Anyway, Rulla, feeling blue about her gimpy toe, wants to throw a party because they haven't thrown one this summer, which I guess is against the rules in Rhode Island. Brian suggests a hookah party. Rulla says, "Oh yeah, we could get that belly dancer." And Brian is all, "Oh, her, I'd totally forgotten about her. Yes, let's do that." Apparently these two have an annual pre-New Year's Eve party, which is a perplexing idea to me. What exactly is the point of a pre-New Year's Eve party? At that point, just call it a party fucking party. To celebrate, partying. Brian says he's going to be like Aladdin. I'd love to know which part of this man's physical appearance or personality he thinks is like Aladdin. Perhaps he can relate to Aladdin lying by omission to Jasmine? Over at Ashley's house, she's making tacos for family dinner. She says that everyone will probably eat them besides Dawson, the toddler. He'll have mac and cheese. Jared, the barista husband, decides he'll have mac and cheese too. Because according to Ashley, he's not a picky eater, he's a basic eater, which to me are the same thing. He has the palate of a toddler. Also, in my book, tacos are a pretty basic meal, are they not? It's meat, cheese, bread, veggies, which you can admit if you're a grown-ass toddler. Do we think it's the vegetables he doesn't like, or perhaps they're quote-unquote too spicy for him? He's not basic, he's bland. Jared is a bland-ass bitch. Ashley wants to try new and exciting foods and restaurants. Jared wants to go to the same old place every time. What a barrel of laughs this fucking guy is. He's also trying to open a can with a knife. I guess he has to get his frustrations out somehow. I'm kind of scared of Jared. He and Ashley don't seem to have a whole lot in common from what I'm seeing. Apparently the Audrey's lease is coming up soon. To Jared, there are pros and cons to keeping it. To anyone watching, it's pretty obvious that the cons far outweigh the pros. He says, "It sucks to say, but the most beneficial thing would probably be to close it." And Ashley's dad is all, "Fucking duh, Jared." Ultimately, Jared says he doesn't want to sell it. News which makes their baby scream. A dark omen for sure. Even that baby knows that Audrey's is a money pit. We see Dolores and Liz arrive at the Rhode Island State House. They're there to see the state senator and the state representative, to talk menopause, and the bill that was passed to protect menopausal women in the workplace. We love it. Liz and Dolores want to throw a parade. for menopausal women. They discuss how important it is for women experiencing menopausal symptoms to be supported in their workplace, rather than being forced into early retirement, which I guess the bill protects them from. Respect to that. Rosie arrives at Alicia's house in her hideous pink Jeep, along with pink balloons and a huge bouquet of pink flowers, which are also hideous, but a very sweet gesture, which Alicia loves. Rosie wants to enlist Selena's help to decorate plastic ducks for ducking other Jeeps, a concept that is completely foreign to me. Rosie tells us that ducking is basically just shoving ducks on other Jeeps. Not overly complicated, but I still don't understand the point. Do people who drive Jeeps love ducks? Are real ducks attracted to Jeeps? That doesn't seem safe. Do Jeeps resemble ducks in some type of way? I guess we'll never know. Alicia tells Rosie that Liz called her, but she screened the call. She doesn't want to deal with it. She says that her family validated her feelings, and she doesn't want to be discredited. They talk about Rulla's Arabian Nights party. They're thinking about contracting Rulla's mystery illness so they don't have to go. We then see everyone getting ready and arriving for said party. Ashley and Jared arrive. Ashley feels awkward as fuck seeing Rulla and her husband, knowing that the husband is actively cheating on Rulla. Yeah, to say the least. Alicia is nervous about seeing Liz at the party. She's putting on all her armor to deal with her. Liz is going to be cordial, which we've heard many a time come out of a housewife's mouth. She says, I guess the word homeless has different meanings. Yeah, I do believe it can be used in different contexts. Also, could you possibly just accept that your friend maybe used the wrong word? It's all semantics at the end of the day. She went through a tough time. Like, seriously, give her a break. Turns out Jared has to leave the party. Basically, as soon as he's arrived. He has the trivia night to run at Audrey's on a Friday night. I'm starting to think that Jared is looking for any excuse not to be around his wife. Kelsey and Rosie are still beefing. They want nothing to do with each other, which is kind of funny to me because they're wearing the same exact head jewelry. These two have more in common than they would care to admit. Alicia and Billy arrive. Alicia is trying her damnedest to keep things positive. She's all, Rulla, you look incredible, beautiful, everything is stunning. Rosie, gorgeous. Liz arrives wearing see-through pants, which are a vibe. I had to say all the ladies look truly stunning at this party. Ashley tells us she's feeling a very clear divide between the ladies, which is like, no shit. Between Rosie and Kelsey and Liz and Alicia, she wants them all to go off on a magic carpet ride and create a whole new world together. A belly dancer comes out and puts a chandelier on her head. I'm not sure if that's traditional garb, but it looks kind of dangerous. Anyway, Brian could not give two fucking shits what she has on her head, because his eyes are firmly fixated further south. Gross. Alicia heads over to the table where Liz is hanging out. She says, I don't hate you. I don't want to fight. I wasn't trying to attack you, and I was sad. Liz then says she never got a minute to feel compassion because she was being tag teamed. Liz then apologizes and says she didn't mean to belittle Alicia. Alicia says in her testimonial that she hopes she means it, and she will forgive but not forget. Liz says, I love you, and they hug. This is great and all, but the only thing going through my mind is Alicia saying last week that Liz is abusive. As soon as Liz hears/sees that, which I guess she already has, I think we can kiss that friendship goodbye. Rich and Bill have success in conspiring to get Kelsey and Rosie together to talk. Kelsey says she's not trying to beat a dead horse, all the while wielding a baseball bat. She brings up her joke that was not funny yet again. She apologizes for hurting her feelings. Rosie ain't buying it, but she apologizes for her reaction nonetheless. They both want to move forward, which I believe they've said to each other upwards of 10 times. Rosie and Alicia are discussing the girls' trip to the Newport mansion. Rosie says, you were a part of a lot of conversations, Rulla. She asks Rulla if she knows about the video. Rosie is the messiest bitch on this cast. I fucking love it. Rulla knows nothing of a video. Alicia is freaking out. Rosie wants Rulla to know what's in the video. Rosie says it was dated the day before Polo. Rulla wants to dispute the date of the video immediately, before they even discuss the contents of the video, which I find pretty interesting. Maybe watch what's on the video before you dispute the date. Rosie details what's in the video. the blonde woman, and Brian kissing and hugging. Rulla is pissed that Rosie chose her party, a party to celebrate partying, to tell her about the video. This is a very special occasion, Rosie. How dare you? Rulla has no bandwidth and seemingly no fucks to give when it comes to the video. Brian comes over and joins the conversation. Apparently, some timestamp has been changed. I'm not really sure whether timestamp matters so much. Your husband cheated on you, girl. Like, you're way too successful, smart, and beautiful to be with this buffoon. Rulla and her husband are doubling down on the fact that Joellen is like gas station sushi. Not to be trusted. Apparently, Brian has a bunch of shit on her, but he's taking the high road, I guess. Yeah, sure you are. Sure you are. Anyway, they're deflecting with shots of fireball, which honestly would work on me. They're all cheersing to bitches loving summer. Apparently, they're all trauma bonding, which seems super healthy. Later on, we see Kelsey at the beach. She's scooping or raking sand? Question mark? Liz joins her. I guess this is how you find clams. But they're finding nothing. They're discussing the end of summer trip to somewhere called Block Island. Apparently, Block Island holds a soft spot in Liz's heart. So Kelsey is hoping this will lend itself to Liz and Joellen repairing their friendship. Over at Joellen's house, her and her husband are packing for the trip. And their daughter? She's leaving a trail of breadcrumbs by way of big, colourful plastic toys back to her bedroom. Tripping hazards everywhere. John is talking to Gary about how awful Liz was to her. Gary asks, is she the type to say over-the-top things and then immediately regret it? Why, yes. Yes, she is, Gary. Whether that excuses the behaviour is another thing. Back to Liz and Kelsey on the beach. Kelsey wants to know how Liz is going to deal with Joellen. Liz is going to deal with it moment by moment. Joellen wants an apology, which I doubt she'll get. Gary agrees with me. Liz doesn't think she's wrong. I think ultimately Liz feels gaslit by Joellen. Liz felt attacked by Joellen. Liz then responded with anger, and Joellen is the one that's saying she's hurt. She's playing the victim. Liz tells us that she's responding to situations in the moment, but she thinks what Joellen is doing is premeditated. Dun dun dun! What will happen on Block Island? Is it Block Island or Black Island? I don't know. In my mind, we're going to an island that looks like Widow's Bay. God willing. Also, God willing, it's as entertaining. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll be back later. Thanks for listening. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.